go back.
All right, guys, we are live here at Area 51 inside the Alien Factory broadcast booth, joined tonight by my broadcast partners, Mr. Scooter Scotty Stevens, along with the number one team driver, Mr. Robert Cook. Guys, we are live here at Virtual Phoenix Raceway. The pace car is off, and they're getting ready to take the checkered flag here on Halloween night.
Green flag.
Yeah, they're not yet. They're not going to go.
Yeah, that's a green flag, Mike.
Green flag, Mike. All time.
He's got the dementia kicking in.
Well, no, the pace car was off, but you know how they reconfigure the track. It takes a while to get back around.
Green flag. They're green, guys.
Well, usually the pace car goes to pit road, but I don't know where you wanted to go. You went further past that.
Already cut the dog leg back here in the back.
Yeah, not too deep, not too deep.
Yeah, I'm watching back here in 17. And they're 3 wide.
It's a little slick right here, I found, right in that spot.
And they're going into turn 3. 3 wide,
3
almost
wide.
4 wide.
We almost had a little wreck there.
They're 3 wide back here with the number 2 car.
And they're going way deep behind.
3 wide again. Here they go into turn number 1.
Guys, I tell you what, this virtual Phoenix Raceway been reconfigured a bit, but still the same track. But I tell you what, with the pace car going off there, early in the lap, the guys have to hold up a bit. Takes a little bit of patience on the restart to get a nice clean restart here at Phoenix these days.
You got to go further down the track. You got to make it faster.
Well, and I also want to tell you guys the competition is heating up here this week in the Xfinity Open in the high strength of field top split race, because guys, most of you may not know, but the Contender Series is getting ready to crank up and get started here. The Contender Series consists of 40 drivers, all in the Xfinity car, and that is the bottom 20 from the Coke Series that has to race their way back in, along with the top 20 from the Road to Pro and the trucks. They all get into the Contender Series. It's a short series, but the top 20 at the end of it fills in that bottom 20 slots in the Coca-Cola Series for next year. So you have tons of contender race teams in here. The strength of field is just astronomical for this race.
Number 26.
Oh, into the wall.
One car. We got a call up.
Yeah, the one car is just trash. So, as I was saying, though, man alive, as we go back and look at this replay, the strength of field in this race, 68-43, and Scotty, that sets a new record for high strength of field this year. Here in the last race at Phoenix, we set a new record this season for the highest strength of field race. So, Scotty, I want to go to you and ask you which car number do I need to look at there for that accident?
Yeah, the number 2.
Whatever.
Number 2 car of Andrew Navarro.
All right, let's get here on the screen.
Number 26 coming down the exit.
Yeah, let's go look here for the. Let's go look here for the analysis. But the number 2 car, that's what we're going back. They're arguing about it right now on the track. So while they're arguing, Scotty's already took a look at it to see what he thinks of the situation. Let's go back here and see what I think and what you guys think. Maybe we'll get Robert's input too.
And then, Mike, they not only did they do that, they caused a big pileup after that. All the cars driving into turn 2 got piled up in there.
Did Nuno get involved with that too?
I think it collected Nuno. Yes, I think so.
Like one car got loose, and then it was a chain reaction.
Well, I'm on the number 2 of Andrew Navarro.
Number 2 knocked the 26.
Here we go. Here it is. All right, guys. Let's pause right here just for a.
And then the 15 hit the 10 and sent him around because the 10 checked up. 15 did.
All right, well, let's do this. I'm going to get our monitor going here in Area 51 broadcast booth. Let's do
this logic.
All right, so let's shift around here.
Joey at Vegas I would have just knocked him out of the way.
Bar chase camera. Actually, let's go up to the chopper.
I don't care about you and Joey. I care that you ran my ass over.
Well, they're still arguing about it out here on the track. Let's see what happens.
Sorry, you brake so late in the corner.
Yeah,
bro.
Andrew Navarro. Oh, there was net
Rolling
code.
the center.
It's Brandon Schmidt. He got into the back of Brandon Schmidt.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's look here.
Probably pinched.
Yeah, it looks like there was net code there. A little tiny bit of net code. Didn't look like a natural contact because Andrew Navarro just kept on driving like it never touched him. And I think there was a few inches of net code which sent, but it did turn Brandon Schmidt, just like you said, Scotty. Now, I'm interested in the cars right behind him. Who was it that was right there behind Andrew Navarro in that green car? Let's
the 88 car.
Well, that's the 88 custom car, but Scotty,
Well, the 10
number?
checked up and the 16 hit him, I believe it was.
Okay, well, let's go back there and check that. I love that.
15 hit him.
Scotty is the man tonight.
We're getting ready to go green again here.
Yeah, we're going green.
All right, let's look at this wreck right here. Oh my goodness! Yeah, that green car just bit it straight into the wall. That was
they got the wall. They got trapped by the wall.
That's the number 10 car of Breyer LePrad. Breyer
green, Mike.
All right, let's get up here to the. Let's get up here green. We're live.
4 wide.
Nuno's out. There are several guys out of the race here.
Yeah, that crash took out 3 or 4 different people.
Here we are back out on the track live, guys. This is the first lap green. We're on lap 9 of 100. That was an early caution. Took several drivers out, including, I believe, Nuno, I think, is still turning laps. Or no, is he in the pits? I'm having a hard time looking here. I think he's still in the pits. Get a number on Brandon Schmidt's car. And number 10, Breyer LePrad, he took a nosedive head first into the wall, full speed. I think his car is going to be hanging it up for the night. There you see Ty Severa. Ty Severa was a regular in B Open last season, and he's been kind of spotty in participation this season, but he has made his way into this race. You see him there in that red, white, and blue pay-to-win car right there on the screen. That's Ty Severa.
Series now? Is that why he's showing up now? He's doing that?
Well, Ty Severa helps build and is part of Elliott Sadler Esports, and I'm sure he's there working with them on their setup. Plus, he is the B car builder, or at least was, and I think still is involved. There's a B car builder at Pay to Win, so he is in here putting his set through the paces tonight.
Mike, what do you think the strategy is going to be here tonight?
Well, one thing is just going to be to survive. I mean, this is a 100-lap race, and I know that there can be a lot of banging around here.
A lot of egos out there.
Yeah, a lot of egos and a lot of banging around. I think there, Bobby. Guys, Nurse Bobby's joined the podcast, or Nurse Bobby's joined the broadcast, and so yeah, I mean, it's hard to pass here. The best place to pass a lot of times is going in is in turns. What is it now? 3 and 4. But in 1 and 2, people shoot to the inside, and sometimes it's just rough. I mean, passing's a bit rough here, so sometimes you get a little bumping and banging around, Bobby. So keeping your car clean, at least for the first half of the race, is probably the name of the game tonight. And Scotty, what were you saying?
I said I believe Savings Tires are going to be important here tonight also.
Well, I think that's important pretty much each and every week in these B cars. Saving tire and making sure you don't burn up your rear right is super important to get really loose if you do. Guys, a lot of heavy hitters in this race. Yeah, you do. A lot of heavy hitters in this race tonight. Currently leading the race is the number 24 car of all cars. That's the iRacing number 24. Has an I rating of 6,300. That's Ryan Duquette. He is leading the race right now. The number 1 car, Garrett Maines, he's in second position. Or actually, maybe he's in 3rd position now.
I was going to go see my friend Milky Way.
And Casey Tucker's making a pass on Jonathan Dalrymple going into turns 1 and 2. He's on the bottom side.
Yeah, and that's for 10th position.
Malik Ray's out of the race.
Yeah, that's for 10th position at pass, Scotty.
Andrew Navarro making a move on Cody Terlinde.
Well, also, Garrett Maines is running 3rd. We have Jordy Lopez Jr. He's the number 5 car in this race. And get this, the number 5 car in this race, guys, has a 7,600 iRating. 7,600 to be the number 5 car in this race. 5 guys with higher than 7,600 iRating. That is why this strength of field 68-43 tonight. Just amazing.
Yeah, I knew that kid when he was a young pup.
Yep. Well, guys, I want to comment here as well. There's just all the who's who is in this race tonight. The regulars as well. You got Tucker Minturn, Ty Severus making a reappearance here tonight. Cody Trelindi, your championship points leader. He is in 13th position right now. He's also the 13th car. You got Andrew Navarro, number 2 car. He is in 12th position. Spencer Kosowicz there with Ryko, a teammate of Cody Trelindi. Always a heavy hitter when he's in the races. He is the 23 car in 15th position right now. As well as we got one of the pro drivers in the race tonight, Caden Honeycutt. We've seen him have some unfortunate luck in some previous races here recently. Blaze Crawford, 6th car, in 20th position. Anthony Federico, a mainstay here in the strength of field races we've been broadcasting. He's a 15 car in 24th, or he's a 28 car in 23rd. And I'm not sure if he picked up some damage from that stuff, but it's odd for him to be running back in 23rd position in one of these strength of field races. But again, he is the 28 car. So a lot of stuff in here. A notable mention of somebody who's missing tonight, and that is Tommy Gossett, also with Ryko Motorsports, teammate of Spencer Kosowicz and Cody Trelindi. He's missing tonight. He could be racing. Somebody wants to check. He might be in the middle split. I mean, it took a 5,700 iRating just to get in tonight.
5,700 was the lowest.
So Tommy's either not with us, had something else going on tonight, or he actually was in the bottom, or not the bottom, but the second split of all things. So it takes a ton of iRating to get into this race tonight.
How many people signed up?
What was that there, Nurse Bobby?
I was going to say, I like the strength of field also, but how do you feel about this long run that we're having right now? Do you start saving gas? What do you do right now? We've been about 10 laps in now.
Yeah, we're on lap 22 of 100 at this point, and I think that
is gas a concern? Do you save gas, or do you go from here?
Yeah, I would just go. I would pit, because your fall off from tires is gonna be pretty big. So these guys, the main thing is not necessarily gas. I maintain the main thing is keeping your car clean. I mean, obviously
and
there's
tires.
I'm kind of wanting to do a combination of both right now if I'm in the top 10. The people in the back, I feel maybe have to push a little harder.
Yeah, and it's not that this is like Bristol or Martinsville and we got tons of cautions. But there usually is a couple big wrecks, guys trying to get around, and you can race 2 and 3 wide around turns 1 and 2. And so, when you're trying to pass and it's difficult to get around, some of these guys will go 2 and 3 wide and it just, ends up in some unfortunate circumstances a lot of times. However, I mean, it is a wide enough track. If everybody, pays attention to what's going on, it could go the rest of the way green as well. So that always comes into play as well.
And Caden Honeycutt has moved up into 14th position. He just passed Daniel Smallwood. He's working on the 21, Tyler Gary.
Sometimes you got to go way deep on that dog leg to make your pass. So be careful coming back up on the track.
And number 17, Tyler Hirsch, is making his way forward too. He's getting ready to overtake 13.
We have several pro licensed drivers in here. And if we look there in the stat sheet, you got Ryan Duquette, who's leading the race. Jordy, excuse me. I don't want to misread these names, but Jordy Lopez, Garrett Maines. You also have James Wenzel, Brendan Kohler. I mean, they are all pro drivers. We have a ton of guys with a pro license, because you got to remember, all the guys that just made it through Road to Pro, that have made it into the Contender Series, that's racing their way up from the bottom to get into the Coke Series, they all have a pro license, along with all the Coke drivers that were in the bottom 20 that's coming back down the Contender Series to race their way back in, they all have pro licenses. And guys, this race is flooded with pro licenses.
Yeah, it was like a 6,800 strength of field, I believe.
Yeah, you don't see a race every day where half or more of the guys in the race have a pro license.
No, just about every driver is pro.
Hey, Scotty, if you're Garrett Maines right now in third place, what do you do? Do you just ride, or do you try to take first position from here? I mean,
I believe if I'm in third place like Garrett Maines right now, I'm just going to set the cruise control and just follow along there on second place. And no, I wouldn't push forward till 10 to go.
So you just hang. He is the number 1 car now.
Well, that's true, but I mean, why burn your stuff up when you can just hang back and save gas and save tires and wait till you got about 10 to go and then make your move? It's not like he's losing position right now.
Yeah, they're going to have to make a pit stop anyway. So.
That's right. Yeah, I would just set the cruise control, which is probably what he's doing. It don't look like he's trying to make any gains. What would you do? I'd like to hear what you have on that, Bobby.
I would, me personally, if I were Garrett in third, I'd try to push for first because I don't know. I think that leading the race is probably one of the best things that you can have right now because track position is important, especially at the track.
Just had a pass for fourth position.
James,
Brandon Kohler, maybe? Or is that fifth position? I'm sorry.
James Wenzel, number 22 car, is in fourth. Ryan Duche is a 24 car, and he's in first.
And doing very well, I would say. He's got a half-second lead on second place.
I'm kind of going with Scotty. I think I'd just drive around and just no reason to burn anything up or try something.
Well, if you try to push too hard, you might end up losing position because you may fall back to those 3 coming behind you there.
Yeah, when you start racing, it gives you a chance for the rest of the field to catch up.
That's right.
I think right about now people are showing their hands on how good their setup is also.
Yeah, we're 20 laps
into the race, so I'm sure that the cars that are falling back are falling back through the tire wear.
I'm looking at the top 10 guys. Those are people. Notice there's some of these top guys up front, they're not really diving down below way below the dog head place. Unless they're making pass.
No, the only ones diving really below the dog leg are the ones trying to get an advantage on the guy in front of them. Which you can do that, and if you run fast through that dog leg and you come out ahead of the guy that you're trying to pass, that's a good place to pass him at.
Scotty, what are the odds that we have a clean green flag pit stop?
Well, I'm going to have to give that one, I'd say 50%. I'm going to go straight up the middle with that question. Because,
going in the pit road, a little hard here. A little hard.
All it takes is one guy on fresh tires to overshoot and somebody slow be in front of him, and they both go the same direction.
You know all about that too, don't you, Scott?
Oh, yeah, I know all about that. Yes, sir.
And pit road is not all that easy to get into.
No, it's not real easy. You can miss it here pretty quick.
That or, you're going to go in there with too much speed and get a speeding zone.
Yes. It will be interesting to see the green flag pit stops. They probably should be pitting. I would think they'd pit somewhere around 51, 52. Maybe 55 or 60.
Second. Wasn't attention.
I haven't ran a full tank of gas. Has anybody ran a full tank of gas to see how far you can go on one?
I don't think it's really going to matter. I mean, at this point, if there's a caution, I think they're going to have enough fuel to make it anyway. And two, even if they could run the entire race on 1 tank of gas, you're going to want to stop for tires anyway. I don't think anybody's going to run a successful race and be competitive trying to run 100 laps on 1 set of tires.
Yeah, Tyler Severa is making a move right now on Brian Mercurio. He's underneath him. And we're coming out of turn number 2. But he didn't make the pass. But he got underneath him. He just couldn't make it last. But I look to see Tyler Severa make a move here and real shortly in the next few laps on Brian and take over that 8th spot.
Caden Honeycutt just made a move on Jonathan Darrinkle, completing the pass.
Yeah, Caden's been moving forward. I've been watching him for a while. He's moved up from like 19th, I think, somewhere in that area.
Yeah, he started 25th.
Right now, we're focused on the one car of Garrett Maines there in that black, and it looks like kind of a neon yellowish green color on the car there, and he is doing pretty well for himself. The one car running 3rd place in this race currently, and you see the 2 cars right in front of him. They're VRS drivers with VRS sponsors on their car, and they're right there. They're positions 1 and 2. That's Ryan Duquette and Jordy Lopez Jr. They are right there in front of Garrett Maines. Garrett Maines keeping up with them. And then right behind him is another matching car. 2 more of them is James Wenzel and Tucker Minter.
And Tyler Severa just dove it in underneath Brian going into turn 1 and still can't get him on the exit. He just can't get that run off the exit that he needs. But I think he's definitely a faster car than Brian, and Brian just keeps taking his line away from him.
Don't you hate that?
Oh, yeah, there's nothing I hate worse than somebody blocking me. And you know, it's not like Ty Severa was just following him for the whole race. He drove up to him to catch up to him, and now he's looking to pass, and Brian just will not be courteous.
Oh, Brian got looks like Brian got a little loose coming off the corner.
Well, what I do in that case is I just stay on their bumper and make them nervous and push them, and maybe act like I'm going to the high side or low side and get them off their game and get them watching the mirror, and then they hit the wall, and then you go around them.
Not by hitting the wall. They almost had Brian. Is that almost tapped the wall there?
Yeah, Ty Severa, the number 7 car there with Pay to Win, said we talked about him making an appearance here tonight. He's struggling a bit. He's fell back to 9th position now as the number 7 car. He was up a few positions higher than that earlier in the race, and still keeping the top 10. And if you can stay in the top 10 in a 6,800 strength of field, that's saying something. But definitely he's lost a couple of positions here. Let's kind of see how this thing works out for Ty there in his pay-to-win setups car.
Yeah, we got Brandon McKasick and trying to pass Brendan, the 25 car, and the 14 car for 7th and 6th. He's been working him over for a good bit, too. Been watching both of these sets of guys. They're trying to get them positions and working them guys over.
Brandon, I think he's going a little high in turns 1 and 2 here. Is that Brandon?
Yeah, and you notice he's getting a good run off the exit. That's Brendan, B-R-E-N. Yeah, number 14.
Brandon.
Lap 45. Robert, when do we start seeing pit stops?
Oh, it's going to probably be about 50 or 60 laps. I think 60 is where you go.
Looks like Brendan's now making a move on Brandon
He got
McKissick.
on the gas there, didn't he?
Yeah, he gave him the spot, gave him the position. The 14 got on the brakes and let the 25 go through, and that's not a bad thing to do sometimes, especially if he just won't leave you alone.
No one's losing time out of the deal, you know. And,
that's right. He's still making the same lap time. But I look to see Brandon McKissick pull off and leave him now because I know he's faster than before.
Oh, yeah, the 14 let him go.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he braked. You can see him. He just almost looked like his car stopped for a second.
He was riding up a little higher in the corners and stuff, and he decided to go ahead and let him have it. He said he was getting a good run off on there.
Yeah, he's wearing his tires, I'm sure. He's starting to wear his tires more. Sometimes it's not worth putting up the
real
fight.
close to the wall. He's going into the chart. He's getting close.
It's not worth putting up the fight and burning your stuff up. That's, somebody catches me from 5 seconds back, I usually hit my brake and let them go. Because chances are I might catch them again after they wear their tires out.
You think we're going to see a Ross Fontaine move here tonight? It's possible, you know. Probably get a good run off the wall there, that last quarter there.
Well, you might be able to run 1 and 2 up against the wall there.
Well, I'm looking at there at 3 and 4, and he's going to go in there hard and stay high.
Just let the wall keep you on the track.
Yeah, just let her go. That's taking the checker.
Guys, as we come around here to lap 50, we just crossed lap 50. Looks like Ryan Duquette is going to be our halfway challenge winner. That's the Area 51 Alien Factory podcast halfway challenge winner. Check out our podcast Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern time. We have new guests each and every week. Check out the previous podcast from last night. We had a special guest, Ray Barcombe. Title of the podcast was A Million Laps. And Ray Barcombe is part of a club of only 2 people in all of iRacing that have now turned 1 million laps. As we head into the second half of the race here, we're now officially on lap 51 of 100. We're going to start looking here as we get to lap 75 or 80 for that stintanalyzer.com hard charger award. That goes to the driver who has gained the most positions in the race at the end of the race, sponsored by stintanalyzer.com. We appreciate Ricky Thompson for a couple of things. Number one, for writing, developing, maintaining Stint Analyzer. So many of us and so many teams and so many drivers in iRacing use that to help us to get our time and feedback on our tires and time and like everything. It has to do with a lot of driver development, and teams use it as well. And then also he's wrote that, developed it, but not only that, he has an advertisement bar there at the top, and he graciously advertises and has our podcast advertisement right there across the top bar in Stint Analyzer. So if you guys are using the Stint Analyzer software that Ricky Thompson wrote for us, if you check on that top advertisement bar, you'll see an advertisement there for the Alien Factory podcast, 10 p.m. Sunday night. So we worked with Ricky and have developed this stintanalyzer.com hard charger award, and is to advertise him and what he does and show appreciation to his contribution to the iRacing community. So thank you, Ricky Thompson, and we appreciate stintanalyzer.com, and we can't wait to crown a hard charger tonight for the stintanalyzer.com hard charger award.
You got a person lined up for this Sunday, or we're going to have Brandon in this Sunday podcast, Mikey?
Well, this Sunday's podcast, I think we've lined up. I'm going to be talking to Cody Trelindi, is our championship points winner. We're going to have him on as well. I mean, it's not official yet, but I'm telling you, I crunched the numbers, and I think that Cody could start in CART tonight and still win the Xfinity Open Series here in iRacing this year.
He mentioned that last week on a joke with me.
Mike, who's your pick for the hard charger award for tonight?
Well, I've been focusing, Bobby, mostly on the stuff going on up front. I mean, we have a hot race up here. First, second, third, just 1, 2, 3 lined up here. There's about a car length or two, maybe 2 car lengths in between each position. You have the teammates there of Ryan Duquette and Jordy Lopez. That is followed closely by Garrett Maines. And so, like, those cars are really establishing themselves as dominants. And I've really been focused on that part of the race. But if you guys have been watching the guys moving up through the field, please let the viewers know who our candidates are. The guys have been charging up through the field so far in this race.
Right now, I think it's the 21 car, Tyler Gari.
Yeah. What's the number 1 car? Who would be Mike's pick? That's what I want to know.
Mike has no pick. He's going with whatever we say.
Mike won't let us know his secrets.
Well, I'm gonna say Brandon McKissick, number 25. He is on the run. He's moving forward. He is running down James Winsell, and
but he started 10.
He may pass him before we get to pit stops.
Yeah, but Robert's right. Robert says he started 10th position, so he's moved up 4 places. But he's definitely strong in this race. There's a shot of Brandon McKissick's car. So yeah, he started. I'm not sure if anybody's started in the back that's worked their way up really far yet, but I know Robert's usually in charge of finding that hard charger at the end of the race. So he might be keeping more of a tabs on it than I am.
Jake Matheson has moved up from 26
They're already
to 15.
making pit stops already. That Tyler guy that I mentioned, car 21, Yeah, there they go. The lead people are pitting now.
Yeah, and it's about time. I mean, we are 59 laps into the 100-lap race, so now's about the time you're going to start seeing some of the leaders go in. And so I think it's going to be a lot of action happening in the pits coming up, and hopefully these guys will get some good pit stops. And the only thing that can hurt them now, especially the guys in the lead, is if we see one of the guys diving in right now, and that is Brandon. Brandon McKissick goes in.
Coming in.
Ooh,
Yeah,
close.
Brandon McKissick goes in. Tucker Minturn goes in. James Wenzel goes in. So we've got several of the top guys going in. Let's just hope they don't go in too hot and get a speeding penalty here. That's the only thing that can hurt them at this point.
It was going in awful hot there, didn't it, Robert?
Yeah, it sure did. Looked like they almost saw a replay of what happened to you last week 4 last. You and Mikey getting together there. It's pretty close. These guys are hitting.
They're supposed to be slowed down by that yellow line, aren't they?
Yes.
Here we see a whole other line of them.
For that yellow line.
Yeah, guys, here's a whole other line of them coming in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars coming in all at once here, led by Brian Merciero. He is leading that pack in right now, and several cars, 6 of them coming into pits. So, yeah, you're going to see them coming in packs of like 4 or 5. I don't see you're going to see 20 cars all piled up at once coming in the pit road, but you'll see 4 or 5 of them coming in at a time, coming in getting a fresh set of Goodyear tires on those race cars to head back out on the track. Guys, it's on lap 62. We're down to 38 laps to go, and we still have some of these cars that have not came in yet, but very few left down the track. Looks like Nuno came in on lap 7, Kenny Brady 19, and Brandon Schmidt was on lap 7. They have not came in to pit as of
They're
yet.
involved. They're involved with that wreck earlier.
Yeah, Tyler Severa's on pit road.
And Scotty, I think they have to be down to 45 miles an hour at the cone.
Yeah,
that's a little bit further down.
Yeah, we
I
did.
was watching Ty Severa come in. I seen the cones and the white line there. Yeah, I found it.
Well, we just watched that crew of 6 come back out on the racetrack. They're on their first lap out, and you see all them on your screen right now. Those guys are booking it on those fresh Goodyear tires. Just make sure they don't have any mishaps here on cold tires for the first lap or 2. But once those babies get warmed up, they're going to be hauling here for a few laps. And guys, I'm looking at in our pitting chart here I have up in my broadcast screen, and I just want to confirm all the top guys, all the guys on the lead lap, all the top guys, they have now came in and pit. So everybody's back out on the track. The green flag pit cycles are complete. And so every position that somebody gains on the track now is going to stick. It's going to be counted towards the end because there's no lingering guys out there that are doing a super long pit. So they're 3 wide right now, as you can see on the screen, headed into turns 1 and 2 there.
Tyler Gary, everything that's pronounced right, Carter, he's in 4th place right now. He started the 27th season 4th.
Yeah, I'll tell you a surprise here, unless he's on like an alt account or something, but that's Ryan Duquette, who's leading this race, the 24 car. He's in the bottom third of the iRating guys with iRating here in this race, so he's definitely a surprise. I think he's led just about every lap of the race. I mean, ever since that restart that happened on lap 9 or 10, he has led ever since then. He came in, and I think he held out, was one of the last groups to go in for tires. So he's led pretty much every lap since lap 9. There might have been a lap or 2 there during green flag pit stops that he might have given up the lead for a couple of laps. But he is still right now strongly in the lead, followed by Garrett Maines and then Tucker Minturn. James Wenzel didn't have that good of a pit stop, guys. He has fell back now. He was running in 2nd place behind his teammate Ryan Duquette, and he's now back in 5th position with Garrett Maines, Tucker Minturn, and Tyler Gary have all gotten ahead of him. Tyler Gary pitted in lap 58, so his tires are 3 laps older, and I'm sure that's going to come back to make a mark on him here as this race continues. When the tires start to fall off, he's going to have 3 more laps on his tires, and he may fall back a bit.
Yeah, Tyler Severa just passed Jonathan Dalrymple for, I believe it was 8th place.
I tell you what, Ryan Duquette, not only has he led all these laps, but he had a strong pit stop. As you can see there on your television screens, there is nobody else there in the camera with him. He has definitely established himself. Garrett Maines is the closest to him, and he's about a second behind him. So, yeah, man, I tell you what, not only was he leading and had a strong first half of the race, he had a strong pit stop, and he has checked out and has really established himself as the front runner for the race. And there you see a couple of the cars back there about half a straight stretch behind him. Hey, Scotty, you know what time it is, man? We are lap 69, headed to lap 70. It's time to get down there on the track, and we're going to crank it up. There we go. We got the crank it up camera.
Crank it up, Mikey.
Crank it up cam right down on the track. All right, guys, we're looking at Jonathan Dalrymple now here on the track with Casey Tucker. They're battling for 9th and 10th position. And so, you know, every position you can move up here is going to mean a lot. And really the big thing for these race teams tonight on the track is all the guys that are in the Contender Series and all the teams represented here tonight, they are really, really working out and shaking out those sets as they get ready for the big race in the Contender Series this week. Everyone. This week marks the beginning of the Contender Series. The very first race is this week. It's going to be here at Phoenix, and that's why all these top teams have their best drivers out shaking out those sets. You see all the pro drivers in this race tonight, and that's why they are all here tonight, is working out the setups, trying to get everything down, getting every 100th of a second they can get as they head into that Contender Series race tonight. Or not tonight, but later this week.
What is that race? Thursday or Wednesday? You guys know?
Yeah, Robert, I believe it's Thursday. Don't hold me to that. But the Road to Pro ran on Thursday night. I'm pretty sure the Contender Series is going to continue there. I know the Coca-Cola Series runs on Tuesday nights throughout the regular season. But the Contender Series is either, I believe it's Thursday, but it could be tomorrow. I'll have to check on that. Maybe we'll make a post. If anybody out there watching knows what night the Contender Series is going to run this week, just throw it there in the live chat for us, and we'll announce it here on the broadcast. And iRacing broadcast those Contender Series races, so you can go to iRacing.com, and they should have the information there, and you can watch those live. Those are the guys that are trying to race their way into the Coca-Cola eNASCAR Series, and that's where all the big money payouts are at here in iRacing.
Damn, it's really hurting it up. Falling back.
Yeah, they just crowned the winner of the Coca-Cola Series here last week, after the Tuesday night race last week, and he got a big fat check for $100,000 to the winner of the eNASCAR Coca-Cola Series.
He got a pretty nice trophy too. I seen that Earnhardt Jr. him was holding the trophy.
There we see, we got on the screen now, focusing on Spencer Kosowicz. He's a 23 car running 17th there for Ryko in this race. And there right behind him is the car of Justin R. Smith. He's right on his tail. A lot of good racing action there as they are fighting there for 16th and 17th, or 17th and 18th position. Anthony Federico, 28 car, is currently in 19th position. So look, the guys in the back there's competition, guys. Robert, Scotty, Bobby, there is competition in this race. Claire, from the number one car, the guy in first place, Claire back to the guys in the back of the field. That's how strong the level of competition is here tonight in this race with all these pro drivers, the top guys in the series here at Xfinity Series and iRacing. They're all in this race, and every inch of the track there is competition tonight.
Yeah, Mike, we got the 21 is starting to fall back. The 14 of Brendan John Kohler just went around him, and now the 21 is back to his inside, trying to fight back for that position, but I don't think he's going to get it. I think the 14 is going to pull him on the outside there.
Yeah,
and clear him, and he's got the spot.
Yeah, we just saw that.
Andrew Navarro is right behind him, getting ready to make his move to the bottom.
Yeah,
he's underneath him now.
We're gonna stick with this battle here for a while. This is where a lot of the action is on the track. with these cars right here, all fighting for position. Just want to mention that Brendan John Kohler, he is a driver there for Elliott Sadler Esports. They have a huge support team there with the guys that build the Xfinity sets, and he is trying to race his way in the Contender Series into the Coca-Cola Series for next season. So a lot on the line for them here, and I tell you what, a fifth place run right now, and he is gaining momentum and he is working his way up. But a fifth place finish, even if he finishes in fifth, a top 5 here in this high strength of field race, definitely they can go home knowing that their set is a strong set here as they run it in competition against everyone else that is out here testing their sets for that Contender Series race later this week.
You got to Cody right out with that.
Cody Terlinde and Craig Janzik are racing for position back here in 15th.
Is this the highest strength of field we had this year? I thought we had an early.
Yeah, Robert, I announced that at the beginning of the race. This sets a new record for the Xfinity high strength of field, the Xfinity Open Series high strength of field races this year. The previous record was a 6,700 strength of field, which happened a few weeks back. But this one is the record this year. The I rating in this race, strength of field, average I rating 68.43. And that is, you're talking about the top 0.1% of all iRacers on the service is here tonight. Maybe less than that.
0.001.
Yeah, it's probably the 0.0001%. We're talking about the best of the best of the best is in this race tonight, hammering it out. And Ryan Duquette still in the lead. If you look up on the ticker on the screen there, if you're watching at home, right now he's built his lead out to a 1.7 second lead over Garrett Maines, and he is 1.8 seconds ahead of third place, which is Tucker Minturn.
When did Ryan pit? Did he pit one of the early ones, or did he pit a little late?
Tucker Minturn, Robert, he went in on lap 61, so he was in the middle crew. Ryan Duquette and a whole bunch of guys, the first crew of the leaders, went in on lap 60. Then Tucker Minturn was in the next wave on lap 61. And then Garrett Maines, the number 1 car in this race, he went in the last group there on lap 62. I want to look. We're going to check back now. I think there's a real strong competition and race here between the second and third place positions, and that is Garrett Maines and Tucker Minturn. Here in this race, Garrett Maines the 1 car, Tucker Minturn the 3 car. And if you guys are not familiar with iRacing, the 1 car that's stamped on, now they're running custom numbers on their car, but iRacing ranks the cars from highest I rating or skill level to the lowest in the race, and the 1 car is the guy that has the highest I rating in the race.
I wouldn't go with skill level. No, I wouldn't go with skill level.
Well, sheer speed.
No, I wouldn't say that either, because it could just be they race more races and.
I tell you what, you could race races all day long. Hold on, no. If you can race races all day long, Scotty. If you're the slowest car on the track, all that's going to do is make you have a horribly low I rating. You got to be fast and race races. You got to be both. And
that's true.
And so
point there.
It's definitely
say they're highly skilled. Yeah, definitely highly
and
skilled.
very fast. And so yes, you got Garrett Maines. He has the highest I rating in the race. He's in second. Tucker Minturn has the 3rd highest I rating in the race. He is in 3rd. Now Andrew Navarro is the number 2 car, according to iRacing, and he's back in 7th position, still respectable. But Andrew's not keeping up. There you see a shot of his car right there on the screen here in that black, white, and purple car. Not quite keeping up with the guys that have the other low numbers in the race of 1 and 3, but definitely there in the mix. I mean, he's in 7th position, giving it all he's got, racing real hard right now against Tyler Gary.
Hey, Mike,
Tyler Gary is one of the low guys on skill levels, and he's in 6th place, I guess.
Well, hey, there is no low guy. Hold on, there is no low guy in skill level in this race. Everybody in this race is the best of the best. I mean, there is no low guy in skill level.
Right. They all outrank us, so there you go.
I thought you were saying your iRating had
No,
skill level.
the worst guy in this race, the worst guy in this race is definitely better than I am on my best day.
That's right. I agree with Mike there.
And that's why they all have pro licenses and I don't.
That's exactly it. Yeah, this is the best of the best in this race.
Tyler Gary is blinking a little bit, but he's holding on to 6th place right now. I think Andrew's going to get him here pretty soon.
Yeah, I've been watching that one too, Robert. It looks like Andrew's got a faster entry there, but he just can't quite get to him. But he's working him over, and while he's doing that, Ty Severa's coming up behind him.
Yeah, we're focused here on the live shot for the broadcast. I went back and focused on Garrett Maines, Tucker Minturn there as they are lined up nose to tail there in 2nd and 3rd. But right behind them, you see Nuno, one of the mainstays. That's Nuno Maya, one of the mainstays here in the Xfinity Open racing that we have here in iRacing.
He's damaged already.
And he took a lot of damage in that opening wreck, and he's a lap down at this point, maybe 2. It's a bit rough on him with all that damage, but as of right now on fresh tires, he's hanging with these guys in the lead. It looks like he may have waited a while to go into the pits. Nuno, it shows, pitted on lap 69, so he has a bit fresher tires, so his fresher tires is making up for that damage at least here for a few laps. He's racing with the leaders right now, even though he is a couple laps down. So yeah, just wanted to point.
He's not a couple, he's 19 laps down.
19 laps down. He had a lot of damage to fix. So just wanted to focus on Nuno for a minute in the race. Had some tough luck there at the beginning of the race. He is the 29 car in this race. So, shout out to our B Open regulars here in iRacing. So a little tough on him there with that damage, but he's out making the best of a bad situation.
Andrew almost pulled off a pass on Tyler there.
Yeah, he had a nose on Tyler, but he couldn't get any farther than that.
Yeah, there is Andrew Navarro here back there as he's trying to make a move to get around Tyler Gary here for 6th position. Robert,
goes in there. Go ahead.
Well, Robert, we're winding down. We're on lap 95 of 100. There's only 5 more laps to go in this one, guys. And Robert, who is our candidates for the stintanalyzer.com? Tyler Gary. So where did Tyler Gary start?
27th and 6th place right now. I don't know if he'll be able to hold on to that entry. Really fighting pretty good.
Yeah, talking about racing your way up through the field here at Phoenix. Started in, you said 26th position, or 27th position. 27th position, worked his way up to 6th place. If he can hold on to 6th place, that'll be a total gain of 21 positions tonight. Absolutely amazing in a 6,800 strength of field race. Tyler Gary, he is on board to be your stintanalyzer.com hard charger award winner tonight.
And he's one of the ones with the least amount of skills going on there, right?
I don't know if I'd go that far, but Tyler Gary just blinked out. Remember, we already covered it. There is no low-skill driver in this race, period.
Like I said, I thought you said that the numbers had to reflect on their skills.
Well, I was explaining the iRating number system that they put on cars each race, and then everybody's running custom numbers and overrides that. I was just explaining that to the viewers. But we are up here now, riding along with Ryan Duquette. As he is he's strongly in the lead here, 1.8 seconds ahead of Gary Maines here with 3 to go.
I hope nobody takes us serious when we talk like that.
No, with the skill level, no, hope not.
Here we go, Garrett Maines, Tucker Minturn fighting over 2nd place. Looks like Tucker has a bumper there on the inside of Garrett Maines as they went around turns 1 and 2. They popped out here on the backstretch, and Garrett Maines held on to his position.
Well, Andrew tried to do a Hail Mary pass there, and he picked it up a little bit on 3 and 4.
All right, guys, we just took the white flag. Let's shift over to our leader, Ryan Duquette, as he heads in here to take the checkered flag, heading into the backstretch right now. He has this thing strongly wrapped up unless somebody gets into his way here. He's coming up on some lap traffic. Brandon Schmidt's there with him, and he takes the checkered flag. The winner of tonight's race, guys, is Ryan Duquette. Second place, Garrett Maines held on to second place. Third place, Tucker Minturn. James Winsel worked his way back up to fourth place from fifth. Brendan John Kohler finishes in the top five, runs out your top five. Tyler Gary is your official stintanalyzer.com Hard Charger Award winner tonight. Running from 27th position, Robert Clare up to 6th place. I'd like to thank our number one team driver, Robert Cook, who is in charge each and every week of identifying our StintAnalyzer.com Hard Charger Award winner. Robert, thank you for doing that for us. We appreciate it.
I think we had a few guys got speeding penalties. I think Jody Lopez must have got one. Brandon McKissick must have got one.
Yeah, and that's one thing that we talked about. You know, when they were hitting the pits, going in real hot into the pits, I mean, you got to do it so you don't lose track position. But the one thing that can kill you, the kiss of death on that, is coming into the pits a little too hot and getting a speeding penalty on pit road. That's a 40-second penalty. That'll put you a lap and a half down here at Phoenix.
I know at Talladega it's like a minute and 47 seconds. I know you don't want one there either.
Yep, yeah, and if any of you guys know Ryan Duquette, Garrett Maines, Tucker Minturn, who finished in the top three. I know these guys aren't regulars in the strength of field race, so they don't pop in for interviews after too often. I know our tradition here is to interview the top three, the podium finishers here each and every week. These guys are guys who are coming down just to race here, you know, getting ready for the Contender Series. So they may not have invites into our server. So if anybody knows them, tell them they're more than welcome to come in here to the broadcast booth with us, and we will be happy to interview, talk to them for a minute, and if they're selling setups, they can tell us where to get those and advertise a bit. But I really want to hear from them and what the race was about. But also, I'd like to hear what might shoot Cody Trelindi a message. If Ken, if you're watching, Ken Byron, the team owner over there at Ryko Performance, if you want to send Cody over our way, I think this is going to make it official and wrap it up here for him. It's Cody.
Where did he finish? Where did he finish at?
Yeah, Cody tonight finished the race in 17th position. A little bit of a rough night, but really, I mean, he had such a big lead.
162.
Yeah, he had such a big lead in championship points. He was basically a start and park car tonight. I mean, he could have parked and quit the whole thing and still had a big enough lead in championship points where he still would have won. So, but this race, the completion of this race, when that checkered flag dropped, that made his standings official here for the series championship. 39 weeks, guys, 39 weeks of racing, and these high strength of field races on Monday night, they determine who is at the leaderboard in championship points for our 39-week season. And all season long, Cody Trelindi has been at the forefront of these races and has led, if not the entire season, the vast majority of it, and finished strong here in our championship points. So, Cody, if you want to come in, there he is. He just popped in. And
that race only lasted about an hour. That's a pretty quick race, too.
Yeah, one caution there on like lap 9. And, Cody, how did the race go for you? Did you keep your car clean throughout the race? You didn't get caught up in that caution earlier. I know Brandon got a little bit of it, your teammate there, Brandon Schmidt. So how was the race for you guys over there at Ryko Performance?
We had actually a little bit of nose damage. I don't know if it was from a restart or what, but we had some overheating problems the entire race. So pulled a good bit of tape off of it at the pit stop there and was still like 283, 265 water the entire second run there. So it was a little bit stressful, but we survived and did what we needed to do.
283, that's kind of pushing a little bit, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, hey, do what you need to do. All you had to do was register for the race, start your car, turn a lap, and park it, man.
Yeah, for sure. And it sounds like we actually hit our 140-point goal, too, so that's actually really cool, too.
So what now, see, let all our viewers know, like, because I'm not even sure, why did you have a 140-point goal, and what kind of relevance did that have to your run this season?
Yeah, so looking at the history of B Open, the B Open record of points scored was 7,089. So 140 points would have tied us with that. 141 would have put us the all-time points leader in B Open. So I believe we got 165. So
Yes, congratulations.
Wow.
Way over that 162.
So
Yeah.
so guys, you heard it here first. We always got breaking news here on our podcast and in our live broadcast of the Monday Night Strength of Field race. You heard it here first. Not only is Cody Trelindi the winner of this year's Xfinity Open Series in iRacing, the 39-week series. If just my personal opinion, the best series in all of iRacing. But not only is he the winner and could have started in park tonight, he is the all-time championship points leader in a single season. In iRacing. That is amazing.
Least for this year.
No, all time. Didn't you just hear that, Robert? He says all time. So we got a first here.
We still got.
He set a new record for the champion points.
Yeah, Robert. I know that. It's rough hearing sometimes. But man, get a Q-tip, get the wax out. Cody, we just talked about it, man. So Cody, congratulations, on that man. That is just amazing. I don't want to go into a long tangent on it here tonight because really, man, if you're willing to come on, I'd love to have you on the broadcast for the podcast this Sunday night to talk about this experience. I mean, this is a wild ride for you. Great accomplishment. And then the fact to set an iRacing world record on championship points earned in a single season, that is another tremendous feat. So are you open for this Sunday night to come on the podcast and talk about all this in detail and share your experience this season?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to be there.
There you go. So how does that feel, man? Like, I don't want you to get into too much details. I don't want to blow the podcast this week and I didn't even talk about. But as you were setting that goal, I tell you, let me set this up with something I can relate with. Like, so I used to bowl competitively when I was young, like in my teens, when I was like high school, junior high, even in my early 20s.
Here we go.
And I've bowled a couple perfect 300 games. I used to travel to tournaments. I bowled a couple perfect 300 games that were sanctioned games. And I tell you what, when you get down to the 10th frame, man, you got 3 more to go. I mean, the nerves kick in and you don't want anybody to be talking about it. Like, don't jinx me. Don't talk about it, And when you throw the first 2, you got 1 to go. You're just thinking, please, please let me hit the pocket and all of them go down, And the nerves just, I remember almost shaking, So I can only imagine going into tonight. I can only imagine going in tonight knowing what you had to get and knowing how you had to finish. How was that playing? Was there nerves involved? Was it the same kind of thing? I mean, were you anxious about it?
Not necessarily. So a little backstory of what happened this week is we ran the Monday night SoF. Tuesday, my daughter was sick. I ended up having the same flu that she had for the entire week. So honestly, I haven't been the sim much. My whole mentality that whole race was not to fall out of the seat halfway through it out of exhaustion.
Are you wearing a diaper?
No diapers here. But just glad to be able to run all the laps. And looking back now, it's actually pretty cool because when all the contender guys came and started running last year, I got lapped. So to struggled a little bit to our standards this year and not even get lapped or anything like that, that's pretty cool. And it kind of shows how far we've come, not only as myself as a driver, but as Ryko as a team as well. So expectations are growing. Glad we were able to finish everything off this year. It's been a blast, and got to see what happens in the future.
Yeah, you might even break the new record.
I don't know about that. We're gonna play in some other areas. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's what I was getting at for records. Records are made to be broken, and that's what I'm saying, Mikey. Is that that he's got the all-time now, but that might not be later. Is what I'm getting at, Mikey.
Well, the strength of fields have been really high this year, Cody. I mean, crazy high, higher than they were at all last year. And that's good. I mean, that's bringing more drivers in, more competition, more racers. Here in the Xfinity series, which I love and I know you love. And it's really an overlooked series here in iRacing. And I remember a couple years ago, like my first year on, like 2.5 years ago, sometimes you didn't get official races because you have to have 6 cars in a race for it to be official. And I remember, wanting to race like the 10 o'clock race or the noon race, and it just not being official. And you have to wait till 4 or 6 sometimes, depending on the track, to get an official race. I don't think that happens anymore. I mean, we got so many guys in here. You got at least a dozen guys, no matter when you want to race. And so
for Martinsville.
Yeah, so all this tough competition, the high strength of field races, man, I don't know about you, but my opinion is good for us. I mean, that's good for iRacing and good for us and Be Open.
Yeah, absolutely. And I wasn't around during the time period of when it wasn't as large as it was. I've barely been doing this. It'll be 2 years next year. So um, there's a
Well,
lot of
you're a
project.
COVID baby too.
I am.
Yeah, but I'm an early COVID baby. Cody's a late COVID baby.
There's a lot of guys out there that run a lot of races. Though. I mean, just looking at Mike Bruno, 379, like that's crazy. You got John Jenkins, 205. I want to know where they get the time in the day to get it done. So I'd love to be able to race more. But it is awesome to see the series growing. And
I heard Bruno has a car set up at work, so all he has to do is just step into his office and do a little race.
Well, nice.
Hey, that's gonna be my conditions of employment at the next job I have.
Good.
Is if I ever work for anybody else and where I work now, I'll be like, that's a condition of employment. I need a sim racing rig set up here, so whenever I want to take a break and race a race, I can. I don't know how that'll work out. They might tell me to get lost, but hey, that's a good setup.
Yeah, absolutely. My wife would probably enjoy that.
Yeah, there you go. So anyway, so Cody, I tell you, I appreciate you being here tonight, and like I said, we'll have you on this Sunday, and Brandon can still come on too. We'll have a good old time, man. We've already talked to Cody about his backstory and all that, and everything, and I just want to have fun this Sunday night and just let Cody, share his experience with like what it was like, the struggles throughout the season, the goals they set for themselves, like how it played out, anything they had to adjust during the season. So tune in this Sunday night to hear from Cody Trelindi. We also have Robert's talking about having Brandon Burkhardt on. Brandon's always a good time. We can do stuff with Brandon during the first segment. Cody can hang out, participate, and then we'll do the Wall of Shame segment, and then we'll get into the final segment, the last hour of the podcast. Will focus real heavy on Cody. Man, I think it's going to be a good week this week on the podcast Sunday night. What do you say, Cody?
I'm down. That sounds like a blast.
Yeah, it sounds like a blast to me. We had a ton of viewers this last week. Podcast is growing. Got a lot of you guys that love it, make a lot of encouraging comments about it. We'll keep doing it for y'all. It's fun for us. We hang out. Anyway. So why not turn the cameras on and do a little podcast and hang out and bring some of it to you guys. So Cody, man, congratulations tonight. Here you go. Championship points winner here. You're the Be Open or Xfinity Open champion for 2022 here in iRacing. Not only that, you've set a new iRacing world record for most championship points earned in a single season. So congratulations on that, Cody, and thank you for stopping by.
Congratulations.
Thanks, guys. It really means a lot. So.
Yeah, and you know what I'm going to do every time? I'm going to give you the opportunity to give you the last word on interview and let you talk about what you guys are doing over there with Ryko Performance, and give you a shout out to any sponsors y'all have. And if guys are saying, "Hey, I like Cody, I want to go check out what he's running," and try to give it a shot myself and run it, you can tell everybody how to find you guys and how to get your sets. So I'll let you have it. You do it very well. I know Ken likes this part of the interview where I just turn you loose and let you talk about you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. So I thank all the guys back at Ryko Performance, Ken Byron for putting this whole team together, having faith in me last year to come and drive his cars, represent his company. So big thanks to him. Got to thank Brandon, got to thank Joey Brown, Brad Wright, everyone who has their hands on this car, making it as fast as it is week in and week out. So I definitely couldn't do it without them. Spencer for running that race with me. He ran me clean there at the end. So we had a nice little battle there for, I think it was like 16th or 17th. So that was cool. And then again, everyone who runs laps with us, the entire team, they're always there for us, and we're really appreciative of that. Also, got to thank your sponsors, Garza Law Firm, for jumping on board, and then Roasted Gems Coffee for everything that they do. And if you want to take a look at our setups, we run exactly what we sell on the website. And the way that we can prove that is if you go to Ryko Performance, you can download our Performance Manager and see all of our inputs, our telemetry, and which setup and adjustments that we made during the race. So definitely go give that a shot.
Awesome. And how do where do they find you guys? They want to go look for you. What's the website address they find yet?
RykoPerformance.com.
Awesome. And one last thing now, you guys, I know your Garza law firm and the sponsors you guys have, and the Roasted Jim Coffee, all that stuff. Now they were sponsoring your short track sets. Is that still going on? Can people still go and get your guys' Ryko short track sets for free? Part of that sponsorship deal like they did last season. Is that still happening now?
Yeah, absolutely. Still going on. I believe you either sign up through the website or our Discord to get those. And
yeah, why don't you explain that to everybody? Because there's a lot of people that watch that run like late models and stuff like that, and I like the Advanced Legends cars, and I went and signed up and got in on that deal, and I've been getting the free sets to do the Advanced Legends from time to time. So why don't you tell everybody like exactly what's going on with that in case they don't know yet? Because I think that's an awesome, cool thing that your two sponsors did for the community, and let's name them again. What are the two sponsors that's doing this?
So I believe this one was Lone Star Racing and Garza Law Firm. They hopped on board and sponsored all the short track setups this year. So all you had to do is go and register. I'm not exactly sure if it's through our Discord or through our website.
Well, the website takes you to, like, you register. I think I registered on the website, and then it sent me a link to the Discord, and then Ken Byron, the owner of Ryko, he verified my iRacing account, and then I got in. I think is how I did it.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Everything that we do verify your iRacing account. So it would make sense that would be through our website. But once you're verified, not associated with anyone else as far as like taking setups or anything like that, you know how that goes. They're yours, and it's the same exact sets that we run if we are to do the short track stuff. So not just throwing together setups, they're actually really good setups, capable of winning, and absolutely free thanks to our sponsors.
Awesome, Cody. I love it. Everything we're doing here, that kind of stuff, always helping and making the community better. And you guys got a couple great partners and sponsors to make that happen for the community. So, Cody, man, thank you so much. Congratulations on everything you accomplished this season, and can't wait to have you in here on the podcast on Sunday night.
Thanks, guys, for everything that y'all do, and I will see y'all Sunday.
All right, see you Sunday, Cody. But guys, there you have it. There's your champion, Xfinity Series champion there, Cody Trelindi, here for the interview tonight. It was great to hear from him. Robert and Scotty, what do you guys think? Any closing thoughts on the race tonight?
Well, I think it's pretty good. It's tough string.
Yeah, it was good to see the long green flag runs and only one caution. That gives us hope for this week that we can have some good races.
Absolutely. Yeah, the track's wide enough where you can go green the whole time. I enjoy green flag races from start to finish here at Phoenix. Well, I enjoy it at any track, really. But yeah, I'm with you, Scotty. I agree. I think the potential's there. It gives us hope for some decent green flag racing this week. So, guys, that's all we've got tonight from us here at Area 51 in the Alien Factory broadcast booth. As I leave you, just want to go over the top 10 here on the screen with the Area 51 results. Got the winner of the race, first place, Ride to Cat. Finishing second, Garrett Maines. Tucker Minturn rounding out the podium there in third position. Then in fourth place, James Wenzel. And then at fifth place, rounding out your top five, is Brendan Kohler. Tyler Gary, your stintanalyzer.com hard charger award. He started in 27th position tonight, working his way up to sixth place. What an impressive charge and move through the field tonight. He finished sixth position. Seventh place is Andrew Navarro. Ty Severa from Pay to Win Setups is in eighth position. Casey Tucker's in ninth. And then rounding out your top 10 tonight is Brian Mercurio. So, guys, that is it. That is your top 10 finishers tonight in this race. And that, folks, is our broadcast here from Area 51 and the Alien Factory broadcast booth. I'd like to thank tonight my broadcast partners, Scooter Scotty Stevens, along with the number one team driver, Robert Cook, and myself, Mr. Excitement, Mike Howerton. We are so glad to be able to bring this race to you tonight. And if you appreciate what we do here and you like what we're doing here at Area 51, always hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so yet. That way, you subscribe to the channel, helps our channel grow. And if you like this broadcast of this race,
I might change my name to the Instigator.
Yeah, Robert's the Instigator. And if you like this broadcast in particular, there's a thumbs up button there. You can smack that. It's a thumbs up like button. Helps us out in the YouTube algorithm. Gets the broadcast in front of more eyes and other iRacers that will enjoy it. And the bell icon gets you notified anytime we go live or we upload new content here to the channel. Check out that description down below. there is a link to get a die-cast model made of your iRacing car. It's a link to a Facebook page where a fella does that. I'll give you a quote on that. We have links to free setups. There's 3 places down there you can get some free setups. Plus, we got an affiliate link down there, a 10% off promo code, all kind of cool stuff in the description. Guys, always check that out when you leave the videos. For myself and everybody here at Area 51, thank you for tuning in for this broadcast. We hope you enjoyed it. And as always, we will see you in the next one.